Welcome to our channel. We're Leroy and Marie. I'm Marie, and that's Leroy behind the camera.
So in our previous video, we showed me replacing a car battery. So why did we need to change it?
Well, essentially, our previous car battery was kaput, or near kaput anyway. It would start, but with some help. The main reason it got that way was our supplemental brake system that we use when towing the Honda CR-V. Our brake system is electric, so it does draw from the battery, and our Honda CR-V battery is kind of small. It's only a 40 amp hour battery. It's essentially teeny for the type of vehicle, but that's all that will fit in there.
Especially when you only get to use half of it with a lead acid battery. And so you go below that and then it hurts the battery.
So to start our car when we had to go anywhere with our deteriorating car battery, and we had to do this a number of times before we changed out the car battery, we have a portable jump starting unit. This is a great product because it has its own inbuilt power source. All you have to do is hook up the little jumper cables to the car battery and start the car. It's worked for us every single time, and everyone should have one of these in case of an emergency. Obviously, make sure you always keep it charged at any time. We keep ours in the vehicle, in a cool part of the vehicle, and it's got us out of all our dead battery situations.
And the battery has been lasting really well in this little unit.
Oh, and this particular unit that we have, it holds its charge really well. I mean, we probably, in all the times we've used it, we probably get a good, 8 to 10 jump starts out of a single charge.
So what did we do to try to prevent this?
You know, on drive days, we would drive for a couple of hours, stop, start the car to kind of charge the battery and let things run a bit, set it all up again, and then continue on our way. This was kind of good because it coincided with having brakes, especially with the dogs. Also, when we had situations where we were doing a lot of mountain driving, the brake does get used a lot more going downhill. And it got to a point where even stopping every couple of hours was not really enough. When we were stopping every couple of hours, we didn't actually have any system to charge the car battery. We were just doing the stop for a couple of hours, start the car, and it gave the battery a bit of juice. So that worked for a bit until it didn't. So what we did was we purchased what was essentially a tow charger. It was an LSL product, and that trickle charged the car battery as we were driving along.
So how did the LSL charger work out?
So the LSL tow charger worked out well initially. However, when we were stopped for a period of time, let's say a couple of hours, having a nice long lunch break, for example, essentially without the motorhome running, the motorhome battery wasn't active. Therefore, it wasn't sending a corresponding charge to the car battery. In the meantime, the supplemental brake system was still connected, and even though we're not moving, there is still a little constant draw. So eventually it would run our car battery down to a point where it was degrading the battery after multiple times.
Okay, so given our second battery death, what have we done this time going forward?
Since our second battery replacement, what we have now done is we are using a proper car battery charger. It is a 110 volt charger that we plug into our outlet in our motorhome. Essentially, what this means is that regardless of whether we're moving or we're stopped for 2 hours or even overnight, the car battery is getting charged as long as it's connected to the motorhome.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how the LSL charger was set up and how we have it set up now. So if you have a look down here, this is the LSL tow charger. The motorhome plugs into here, and the cable simply comes up behind the grill and this is now joined together. So before, this LSL cable was plugged in to here, and then the out was these cables here going to the battery, and this is now no longer in use. This is for the car charger that we have now. Just goes straight through to charge the battery. The positive and the negative grounded to the chassis of the car. If we could do it all again, what would we do differently?
If we could do it all again, and knowing what we know now, we would not have selected an electric braking system. So our current brake system is a Blue Ox Patriot, and it works well, don't get me wrong. It has worked wonderfully. We've had no issues with it, apart from this huge draw on our car battery. But if we could select a different brake system, we would go for one that is mechanical. And there is a product out there by NSA called Ready Brake. We highly recommend you take a look at this brake system if you're in the process of setting up your vehicle to tow behind your motorhome.
And this is not sponsored.
Most definitely not. Otherwise, we would have one in place by now.
That's true.
So that's the saga behind the double annihilation of our car batteries over the last 5 years. It's been over a month since we replaced the latest battery, and we've done a couple of long drives with the latest charging setup. So far so good. It all looks very promising. Let us know in the comments below if you've ever had to retire a car battery before its appointed time, and why. Catch us in our next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep us alive. Catch you later.